Last 5 Google searches?
Oof. Cornelius Agrippa's Charm Against Demonic Animals. That's a good enough one. Right there. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. You should have said that you showered. That's a talent.
That is a talent.
You know how to bathe.
D&D campaign in progress.
You have no mic.
Hello. My name is Matthew Parody. I am 27 years old. Right? Still 27? Yep, still 27. And I live in Ridge, New York. I'm not a virgin. How many relationships have I been in? 5-ish? 5? Lori says 5. I'm in a relationship right now. My girlfriend's on the stairs. She does not want to be videotaped right now. She's not camera ready, as they say in the biz. So yeah, I've been in 5. Not a virgin. I have a girlfriend. She's over there. She kind of wants to get engaged. That's the way my life is. They would describe me as weird as hell. As my friends put it, they wouldn't want to come see me in a comedy show because they wouldn't want to pay money to come see me be myself. So I'm kind of just wacky all the time. And you can ask anyone that. People at work, people here, my girlfriend, my parents, they'll tell you. All the same. Computer. Well, my upstairs computer. All the books. Got Harry Potter. Earth's Children. Dan Abbott. Naomi Novik. Sorry about this. I have a lot of vices. Let's see. I pay for World of Warcraft and I do not play it as much as I should. There's one vice. Wargaming and miniature games, I buy things and then I don't do as much with them as I should. Another vice. I just think that, oh my god, what if this thing is never going to be here again and I need to buy it right now? That's my problem. And when I learned my eBay account again, like I just thought about it, I was like, what if it's this? Put in the password and it opened up. Worst thing I could have done. Ever. Bad news. Video games are a vice. Video game comes out that I've been looking at for a while. Haven't played the video game that came before it, but I bought that one too. Still sitting there. Played it once. 10 seconds. Turned it off. Comics. I buy comics. As you'll see, I have a lot of comics that I haven't read. But I do read them. I'm working on it. And I do get rid of the ones that I'm no longer interested in. And no longer want to read, so I'm kind of working on that. I also have a box filled with stuff over here. That's stuff that I'm going to be trading in.
Get the new technology game gadget coming out.
God damn it, I had an answer for that and I don't remember what it is anymore. What's the craziest thing I've done to get a weird technology gadget? I used to sell my sperm. Yep. I made $1,300 selling my sperm. I got a lot of comic books with that money. Lori can vouch for that. Midtown Comics was my joint. Yep, there we go. That's my answer. Remembered. And I like to be right when it comes to science. So that might be a vice. Like I'll look things up on the internet, look things up on Wikipedia, watch this movie, that movie, this article, read this article, just to prove that I'm right. Because, I don't know, I like to be right about science and history and stuff. And I'm totally down with sci-fi and fantasy. That's kind of my joint. I am a nerd. I Wikipedia'd both of those words. And I believe I fall into the nerd category a lot more than geek because I'm not particularly good at some subject, which is usually what geeks fall under. I'm more just like into the fantasy sci-fi thing and kind of weird in a lot of contexts. Like, whenever someone says, like, you went over the line, I usually reply to that line. I use the line as a starting point, and I go over that line. So that's kind of how I come off a lot. So that's how I'm weird and awkward. And then I have all these miniatures and play Dungeons and Dragons and have a podcast in my basement. So that's where the nerd stuff comes to the fore. So I'm going to say I'm a nerd, definitely.
How much money do you spend on your hobbies?
Too much money. Alright, let's give it a monthly number. If we're going to be honest, I think I'm down to $100 a month. But that's being really, really generous. I'm really thinking it's more like 50, hopefully less. So yeah, we'll say that. These are my miniatures. They're not all painted by me. Yep, the Hellboy just fell. One of the Hellboys just fell. But they're all near and dear to my heart in some way, shape, or form. Got some ones in here. They're all for different sorts of games. Warhammer 40k. That's King Kong for whatever the hell you need King Kong for. Got some Warhammer figures over here. Some Dungeons and Dragons figures. Just like a whole big like shelf unit of them. And that's not even... Got stuff over here. Needless to say, spend a lot of money on these things. Use them for all sorts of stuff. Yep. One of my many, many nerdy hobbies. This is a big bookshelf. Talents. I can cook. I can bake. I can get on a snowboard and not kill myself. I kind of consider myself outdoorsy. You know, it's not like I could go around and make myself a meal out of the forest, but I can get around. I shoot. I've worked at a shooting range for over 10 years, so I kind of know my way around a shotgun. I like to play around with swords. I kind of know a bit about that. Not like I'm trained as a fencer or anything. I like to dance. I like karaoke. I used to know how to sing. Some people say I still can sing good, but I haven't done any like real professional singing in a while. I'm an improv comedian. I'm an aspiring actor. Anything else? I think that's it. Those are the talents. I make mean peanut butter blossoms. I fucking love those cookies. Highlander-esque katana. First sword I bought on eBay for like $30. It was awesome. Very excited about that. This is one of my favorite swords. It's called the Fantasy Chopper. It's a leaf-shaped blade. It's not really of any certain make. It's why it's a fantasy thing. But it's very cool. Very nice weight and feel. This is my favorite practice sword. It's a Boken. Big, heavy wooden katana. And a friend of mine bought me tennis tape, which I wrapped around the handle, which is actually one of the best uses for tennis tape I've ever seen in my life. And it's pretty nice. This is also one of my first swords, a Gladius I bought from a flea market. It's really chewed up from all the times I've fooled around with it. The katana has a blade and the Gladius doesn't, so blade beats no blade. But still, it's pretty cool. As you see, this is my desk at work. Dinosaurs everywhere.
Oprah said that it was a good surgery.
You're gonna listen to Oprah.
It's Oprah.
My occupation. I work at Flexum Americas. We are a German-based instrumentation company, and we are the America, New York office, and we sell flow meters, something you attach to pipes, and it tells you how much is flowing through those pipes. I'm in the shipping department, so I put them in the box them up, UPS, ship them out. That's my job. My other geeky hobbies that I'm into are wargaming, like, as you see, Dungeons and Dragons. I even bought a crit die from ThinkGeek, which is really cool. When you roll a 20, you automatically hit and then do extra damage in Dungeons and Dragons, so why wouldn't you want a flashing die? It was on sale, so just, get that, out of your head that I spent, $30 on that. I have lots of miniatures, as you can see. They're not all painted by me, they're not all mine even, but I have a lot of them, and I do lots of stuff with them. Play different games, Warhammer, 40k, Mordheim. There's so many. So many I don't have any time for. Just don't have as much time as I'd like. And then there's video games, which I love, computer games, console games. What else? I like to play around with my practice swords. Don't do that as much as I'd like. I bought a workout tape that is 4 swords. That's pretty cool. I just like everything having to do with fantasy, basically. So anything having to do with that, I enjoy.
Who are your top 3 comic heroes?
My top 3 comic heroes are Hellboy, obviously, as I've done up with this little guy right here. I took out his eye. I took out his left eye because I don't know if any of you are reading Hellboy, but he gave his left eye to the Baba Yaga. So I kind of want to do that to these because they're all from different universes and animated Hellboy, movie Hellboy. I kind of want to give them all the missing left eye and put them on the internet, see if someone would buy them if I did it again. So, second comic book hero, I'd have to say, is Wolverine. I've always loved Wolverine before Hugh Jackman came along, before he was cool. Maybe he was always cool, but I always loved Wolverine. 3 feet, 5'3", rage and anger, just pissed off at the world. That was my guy, Wolverine. And let's see, number 3, I'd probably have to say is another new comic book guy, Lord Baltimore, another Mignola creation. He's a former World War I soldier turned monster hunter, missing a leg, goes around just carving a swath of death across continents looking for one vampire in particular. He's really cool. I would win ancient and classical history and mythological creatures. I'm a big mythology guy. Celtic, Nordic, Greek, Roman, a lot of the mainstream ones. A little bit of the weird ones too.
That's it.
Some hats that I have. Recently became a football fan, and what fan did I decide to be a fan of? Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that's weird because I live in New York, but I did some research because I'm a nerd and that's what I do. And I decided the Ravens because they had a nice, cool history to them. And Odin had 2 ravens. And Celtic mythology has 2 ravens. So I figured, what the hell? 2 ravens. Star Wars is way better than Star Trek. So much better than Star Trek. It's got okay, I'm going to be honest. Never watched the Star Trek series. But it never seemed interesting to me. Ever. Just guys bopping around, getting their asses kicked from this planet to that planet in a communist solar system. Not my cup of tea. Some weird alien that looked like he has duty on his face. Not my cup of tea. But I did see the Star Trek movie, and it was pretty cool. But I'm not going to go back and watch Star Trek and appreciate it. I just like the movie. Star Wars is awesome. I read the comic books. I read the books. I play the games. I love the story. I love the characters. I do think the main character is a little overused in the books, but besides that, awesome. Awesome universe, awesome director, awesome just ideas, Jedi, Sith, love it all. Spaceships, starfighters. I'm a Star Wars guy. This is my wooden lightsaber, which is awesome. It's very nice, light, got a really nice handle. And if I shave up my beard and I give myself a crew cut, I look just like the Darth Vader's apprentice, Galen Marek. So that's pretty cool. I didn't see The Social Network. I think they would say my worst qualities are the fact that I sing a lot, no matter what. Like, all the time. Work, funeral, bathroom, all the time. And I dance a lot. They would probably say that's kind of annoying. Also, I can kind of ask a lot of prying questions, which probably some people find annoying. I'm trying to control that more, but I do ask prying questions. My best qualities is I'll pretty much do anything to help you if I can. I'll take time out of my whatever I gotta do to help you move from here to Queens. I usually give a lot of myself. I'm a very selfless person, I think. That's, I think, my qualities. And I always want to make people laugh, even if it's at expense to myself.